Alrighty then, so welcome to another video, of course. So here we go. We're back. We're back for another one. We're back for another one. Anyways, so this video is not going to be an in-depth discussion of what happened in the episode or something like that, but we are going to be discussing Black Lightning, the most recent episode, if I remember correctly. The name is the Sins of the Father, the Book of Redemption. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Anyways. So the whole reason why I wanted to discuss it, not just about this episode, but in general, I want to discuss what's going to happen to Black Lightning, because I'm pretty sure some of you have realized that Black Lightning made a reference to Supergirl and a couple other superheroes that exist in his universe or world, or whatever the case may be, which a lot of us would imply that, yeah, all right, cool, he actually exists in the same timeline as the Flash, the Arrow, the Vixen, and possibly knows who Supergirl is. Now, there's still a chance that there still might be another alternative Earth thing, you know, how they do with the whole universal thing and multiple timelines, multiple Earths, whatever you want to call it. Cool. So, the reason why I say I'm a little worried is because I wanted to get into discussion on the reason why that Black Lightning probably shouldn't join the arrowverse and whatever like that. So, in the series overall, a lot of people actually can agree that the series is a lot more grounded and a lot more real, in a sense, about the situations that go on. That includes, like I said, what happens in black neighborhoods and, you know, racial discrimination and oppression and stuff like that take place systemically throughout these neighborhoods, and how difficult it is because, you know, it feels as if the government has not really taken care of these neighborhoods because they're not really of importance to them because they are people of color. So that is something that we find actually it's very true, because that's stuff that takes place today, and that's the reason why the show is actually doing so well. And also a lot of the things that they say, like a lot of references that they make, like in the first episode where Black Lightning was actually about to get arrested, and it was raining, and then the officer was like, "Get your black ass in the car," and all that stuff. And like, it's stuff that you really hear officers and people say today who are, you know, not necessarily black, but could be Caucasian or whatever, but you know, that stuff does happen today. And the reason why I wanted to get into this discussion, because I feel like the show should not join the Arrowverse, because only one of two things could possibly happen. Either when the show joins the Arrowverse, that is going to end up being watered down to help, you know, fit in with the rest of the, you know, Arrow, the Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow kind of theme, where things are a little bit more happy-go-lucky, or they might intensify the other shows to match Black Lightning, which may not always be suitable for this show. For the Flash, it definitely is not something that that would be, you know, suitable for that show, because mostly, you know, I'm not going to say has to do necessarily solely with race, but it's mostly, like I said, a white cast for the most part. And Cisco obviously is Hispanic, Hispanic Mexican. I don't know what's his ethnic background, but he is some sort of Hispanic or Mexican, whatever you want to call it. Candace Patton, obviously she's, you know, African American, as well as Jesse Martin, who's also African American, who plays Joe West. So there's a couple, you know, minority characters on there, but I feel it just wouldn't be suitable for that show, period. It's fine in terms of its tone, and maybe it can be a little realer, but not too much. I just think they just need some better writing from season to season, but overall the tone, it should be the way it is for that show. Now, Green Arrow has been struggling, I think, since season 1 in terms of its tone. Now, in terms of the show itself, I say the first 3 or 4 seasons was good before that Olicity situation came in, and that's what really killed it, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, I hate Felicity." Like, don't get me wrong, she's a great actor because she really made you hate her character. But I just think her character ruined the dichotomy between her and Oliver and the team as well. And even now, they're still trying to find that balance between Oliver and Felicity. But that's besides the point. But anyways, in terms of tone, like I said, it's been struggling because it's not really figured out what it wants to do. Some seasons, it wants to be hopeful. In other seasons, it wants to do this whole dark and gloomy and I'm Batman kind of thing. So I still think they're trying to figure out what to do with the show. Now, Black Lightning has been pretty consistent for the most part, for most of this season so far. Like I said, it's very real, it's very grounded, it talks about very real things, even though it takes place in a fictional world where there's Black Lightning, who's a DC comic superhero. So these things actually do happen in real life, which is why a lot of people of color who are, you know, black, Hispanic, whatever you know, identify as, a person who of any kind of color will be able to relate to, because discrimination, all that stuff does exist in you know, this world that we live in. But overall, they still keep, like, you know, the very comedic aspects of being I guess black as well, and because, you know, a lot of those jokes we can relate to, like in the last episode, like I said, episode 10, the Book of Redemption. That's when they had one of the mothers in the neighborhood threw a microwave, or trying to throw a microwave at Black Lightning, because like, do you know how much money's out for you? They got a hit on you, and they're like, I need that money. And then what's his face, like, I forgot the name of the guy he was questioning, one of Jefferson Pierce's friends from back in the day, who, you know, turned out to be a drug dealer. He was like, well, what is your name anyway? And her name was, and she was like, my name is Rent, car note. And then, you know, it's like, it's little tidbits like that make it very relatable for people of color in these situations, which is why Black Lightning is doing very well with the demographic that it's trying to target, and it's being very successful. So I'm pretty sure everyone could agree that they do not want that show to join the rest of the shows, at least not for like long intervals of time. Like little mini crossovers, that's fine, but it will not do them very well for them to try and drag that show over into the other arrowverse shows. The tone is perfect for the type of show that it is actually, as well as it just would not be suitable for the rest of the shows. A lot of the things that go on in that universe would not translate properly over to the Arrow, the Flash, or the Legends of Tomorrow, and stuff like that. Maybe, possibly, if you know, like the Titans, there might be something going on there, because there's a whole mix of race going on and backgrounds going on with the Teen Titans, so that might be something that would be able to translate a lot better than some of the other shows. But that has to be we have to wait to see what's going on with that. But just a little discussion. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I want to know, do you think, like, you know, the Black Lightning show would translate better on the other Arrowverse shows like the Flash or Legends of Tomorrow and all that good stuff? Or do you feel like they need to make the tones for the other shows a little bit more like Black Lightning, with a little bit more grounded, so people can relate to it, so it's not always so hopeful, so all that stuff, and sometimes it can be a little dark with a little bit of humor, but still, you know, just find a healthier balance between the two. Let me know what you think in terms of, you know, like I said, the discussion that we're having here. Let me know what you thought of the last episode, because I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the series overall, and I will definitely catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.